Hey everyone, this is Ben from Straight Cleaning Services, and today I wanted to address a question that I get asked fairly frequently, which is what kind of chemicals do I use in my cleaning solution when I'm doing windows? So I'm just gonna walk through the most frequent ones that I use, plus some additives that some window cleaners might use, some might not, but they're ones that I use anyways. So first things first, I always start off with 2 gallons of water in my bucket. Some people use more, some people use less. I find 2 gallons will normally get me through the day. If they don't, then I'll just refill it, and then I have my solution or my chemicals in my vehicle, so I can always, just redo a bucket if I need to throughout the day. But the main things that I use is, first off, I use Dawn dish soap. Pretty common. It's going to cut through a lot of dirt and grease, give you a nice shine too. Some window cleaners will only use this. I've been in the business for 17 years, and the vast majority of the time I only used Dawn dish soap. So just put some of that in your water and you're good. But I've started adding some other things that really help out. The other one I'll add almost all the time now is called Gleam 4. This is a really nice product. It gives a really nice shine to the glass. I've noticed a difference between using just Dawn and then adding also Gleam 4 to the solution. Makes a big difference. Even clients will notice a big difference before I'm even done cleaning the window. I'll just clean one side of the glass and the client will be surprised. It looks shiny. So Gleam 4 is good. Some people use just Gleam 4. I worked for a guy who did that for a while. I don't particularly like it. I feel like it just doesn't do as well as if you have Dawn and Gleam. So I typically use both. So that's what I'll do, is I'll just start off with Dawn and Gleam, and then from there I'll add other things. So the other thing I'll add, especially in the summertime or if it's really sunny or just hot weather, is called High Slide. This is an additive that helps the water stay on the glass longer. It helps it to not evaporate as much, and it also helps the rubber on the squeegee to not stick. So I really like using that in the summer because I need it a lot in the summer when the water just evaporates so quickly. That really helps being able to do multiple panes, especially when doing storefronts and stuff like that. And today I'm using an additive that I typically don't do, but sometimes you need to use it. It's very rare that you need to, but it's ammonia. So some people use this all the time. I hear from a lot of homeowners, oh, I just use vinegar and ammonia to clean the glass. And you do you. That tends to be pretty harsh on the window seals. And so people who do that, their windows don't last very long because it breaks down the seals, you get condensation in there, and that's what all the moisture and the water droplets are. And typically that happens when people are using a lot of vinegar and ammonia to clean their windows because it's pretty harsh stuff. But I'm going to use it today because the job I have is, it's a remodel, but the former owner was a smoker. So there's going to be a lot of nicotine stuff on the glass, which is just going to be a bit of a headache. But I'm going to use some ammonia to help with that. I'm also going to be using more of the Dawn dish soap than I typically use because that's going to really help break that down, break off the grease and the oils that are on the glass. It's not going to help a whole lot with the staining on the window frames. That you really can't do anything with that in a smoker's house unless you have really specialized chemicals. But I'm not doing that. I'm just there to clean the windows and brush out the tracks. I'm not there to redo the whole frames. So anyways, so what I do, some people are a lot more picky about this. Some people are less picky and they'll just throw in whatever. I tend to just use 15 milliliters per 2 gallons of water. So whatever additive I'm doing, whether it's Dawn, Gleam, or the High Slide, I'll do 15 milliliters per 2 gallon. I'm normally not OCD about it. I just like it because it gives me a clear ratio that I'm working with, and then I can adjust up or down depending on how much water I have. So some people, I know Steve-O, the window cleaner, he says, fill up your bucket and then do 5 seconds of Dawn dish soap. I have no idea how much that is. I just like using 15 milliliters, so I got this old medicine cup with a line drawn right at that mark. So that's what I'll do. And I just have like old hand soap bottles that I use to put my stuff in, so I'm not having to carry these all the time with me. So I'll just put in my Dawn first, I'll measure that out. And like I said, normally I do 15 milliliters per 2 gallons. I'm gonna do a bit more today because it's the smoker's home. The only negative thing about doing a lot of Dawn dish soap is it's gonna make your water or your solution a lot more sudsy when you're working on the glass. So if you use things like a scrubby pad, you're gonna be dealing with a lot of suds on your squeegee that might create smears later on. But regardless, you know, everyone does their own thing. So all right, so I've got my Dawn dish soap in there. That's always my base, because I always start with the Dawn dish soap. Use that in everything. Now I'm gonna add my glass Gleam, 15 milliliters of that. Put that in there. And again, this is my typical solution. So on most days, I'd be done right now, putting stuff in. You know, mix it up a little bit more, and then put my strip washer in there, put the cover on, head off to the job, we're good to go. But today, because I'm doing a smoker's home, it's a bit more specialized what I'm gonna be working with. So I'm gonna add ammonia. I'm not gonna do it right now though, I'm gonna add that when I get to the job. Because it's a pretty strong chemical. You don't want to be dealing with the fumes in an enclosed space. Really, you should be using ammonia only in well-ventilated spaces. I'm not going to be using that much. I might put, I don't know, maybe half a cup to a cup in this bucket when I get to the job site. That should do enough. And it shouldn't cause any issues. I'll be wearing a mask anyways, but that's just because I'm in a former smoker's home and I just don't like dealing with the smell that much. Yeah, I mean, that's typically what I put in my solution. I don't add anything else. Sometimes I'll use like rubbing alcohol separately, or a product called BioClean on hard water stains, or even Goo Gone, but I won't add that to my solution. I use those things separate. So just for the solution, I have water. I use Dawn dish soap and glass Gleam all the time. And if I have to, I'll add High Slide, or in rare cases, I'll have ammonia. So those are the basic chemicals that I use for window cleaning. So for people who have questions about that, that answers it. So if you're curious what I use, that's what I use. And it helps the windows come out really nice. Again, the glass Gleam, if you're using just Dawn dish soap, I would say add some glass Gleam. It's not terribly expensive. I think this bottle, it might have been like $15, which is a little pricey, but it lasts a long time, and it really helps the windows look good. So that's gonna do it for this video. Thanks for watching. Hope I answered any questions you might have. If you have more questions, let me know. I'm hoping to do more videos on the rest of the tools that I use, just to give you guys an idea of, if you're a client, what to expect when I'm working on your home, or if you're also just in the trade, just give you some ideas of different things you could use. So that being said, thanks for watching, guys, and I'll see you next time.